Hey, Tia, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Come ad estate glicine, il sole arriverà, come un chiaror tra tenebre.
Don't make poor money decisions, make safe money decisions with the Safe Money Book from the Alliance. Only at shopthealliance.com.
Sup, dog? My name's Elliot Gorog, and I'm with Pet Health Matching Account Services. Now, I know it's a dog-eat-dog world, and, looking at the spots on the carpet, there have been a lot of dogs in here probably talking to you about other benefits. Well, what we're going to talk about are benefits that are going to last forever. The reason why you want the PHMA is because we're going to save your owner a lot of money, and when we save your owner money, that means there's more treats for you. Now, you like treats, don't you? Now, don't you want your owner to buy you more treats? For every dollar your owner puts on the PHMA, we give them $2 of paid up medical benefit that rolls over every year, and they can use that at any veterinarian clinic you choose with your PHMA debit card. Do we got ourselves a deal? Great. I'm glad you made that decision in wanting to purchase the PHMA. Who's a smart doggy? Who's a smart doggy? You're a smart doggy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live, filmed in beautiful Dallas, Texas, in wonderful Roberts Rockstar Studios. Now, let's hear it for our guest host, Paul Rockstar Roberts.
Oh, thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Andy Albright, for trusting us to do the show today. I believe we have an incredible lineup. I'm blessed beyond belief to have amazing people around me to live this life, to live this journey together. And I'm even so blessed to have my beautiful, wonderful daughter standing beside me today to go over the numbers. I figured it'd be better coming from Corey Roberts than Paul Roberts. So today she's going to hit us with the leaderboard. She's excited. She's fired up to talk about some leaders in the Alliance. So take it away, Corey Roberts. Tia, we're hitting the three thing that you hit us, the top 3, top 12, top 5. I can go. There we go. There we go. That's what she has in her hands. You're beautiful. Thank you, Tia. All right. Take it away, Miss Corey Roberts.
All right, let's. So first we have the top 3 life producers submitted. We have Eric and Bobby Belair for $20,000.
Boom.
775.
Third place, 20 grand. Dear Lord, I'm not going to talk every time. That's just crazy. I won't talk here. I won't interrupt you every time. Keep going.
And number 2.
Holy cow.
Stephanie Rodriguez for $21,628. Wow. And then number 1 goes to the one and only Megan Wood for $23,783.
Now these are weekly submit numbers. That's pretty good.
32 apps.
32 applications. That's real right there.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of work. Like, she's working. We're going to talk about work ethic and consistency, compounding, and all that, Brian. That's some work ethic. Just to fill out 32 applications makes me get a little weird. All right, hit him with the top 12 life producers issue paid.
All right, at number 12, we have Trina Gustin. She had 6,168 in AP. And then at number 11, we have Timothy Sipe for $6,266. Go up, Tim. At number 10, we have William Compton for $6,338. And number 9, we have Tim Tipton for $6,915. And then at number 8, we have Stephanie Rodriguez again, $7,451. And number 7, we have Alex Ellenberg for $8,495. Then at number 6, we have Thomas Murphy for $8,594. And for we have so many people. Number 4, we have Marvin and Rachel Asuna for $8,892. Number 3.
Now we're moving above 10,000. Top 3 above 10,000 issue paid in 1 week. If these folks were on an 80% contract, that's $8,000 a week. That's big right there. Keep going.
They are actually going to have even more than $8,000 because
yeah, they are.
Ryan and Crystalline Rojas, they have $11,710 for the week. Number 2, we have Megan Wood, $14,053. And then number 1, the one and only Brant and Jel Swindell for $37,504.
37,000 in 1 week. It must be because he's tall, she's kind of short, and they live in Florida. They got the unfair advantage, right?
Everything's perfect.
Yeah, everything's perfect. Congratulations, Brant and Jel. That's mind-blowing. 37,504. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Hit him with the top 5 annuity issued producers.
Ooh. So we have number 5, Martha Petorsky at $7,000 even. Wow, that's impressive. And number 4, we have Karen Mausel,
Musel.
Musel, I'm so sorry. Musel at $10,982.
It feels good to be able to correct someone with a last name. Like I know it. That feels pretty. Usually I'm the one butchering it. And when you're sitting over here and you're not calling the names out, it's really easy to. No, it's Musel. Come on, pay attention. Jesus, what's wrong with you?
I will remember your last names now. And number 3, we have Jeff Scholes for $20,000 even. Wow, look at all these like straight even numbers. And then number 2, we have Katie Williams for $46,911. And then number 1.
Oh, she's on right now. She's on the screen. Where is she? There she is right there. There she is right there.
Our very own rock stars, Jeff and Kelly Turner for $72,963.
Sorry if we gave a little too much excitement for that one. I did pretty good with Brant, though. So we're good. All right. Give them the top 3 Foresters producers.
Alrighty. So number 3, we have Stephanie Rodriguez again for $4,643. And for number 2, we have Adam Johnson, $6,205. And number 1, we have Brian and Crystalline Rojas for $10,144.
All right. So now let's hit them. This one should hurt you just a little bit. That's why I called you in here today, because I was not going to do this alone. Let's hit them with the top. Don't you start talking, Tom. I'm ready to tell you. The top 10 recruiters. So these are people that are recruiting, bringing people into the business. This is, what do you do around here? I forget. Recruiting? Okay. You and Tatiana? I do not see y'all's name in the top 10 there. It's a typo, right? Typo.
We have some in the hopper.
Yes, I'm the hopper. Don't you say, I will punch you. You are not allowed to say around here, I got some in the hopper. There's no hopper. That hopper don't exist.
Hopper is what people say when they don't have.
When they ain't on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
When they ain't on the leaderboard. I love it when they're like December, all my customers, they're going to move into January. I'm like, you're going to have a good January, ain't you? They never have a good January. It's in the hopper. There's no hopper. Show me the hopper. I want to see the hopper. Hopper pay your rent, to pay your mortgage payment. I'm sorry. I love you. You're a great recruiter. Love conquers all. Hit them with the top 10. I'm not upset with you and Tatiana at all.
At number 10, we have Mike and Noel Leventovich with 2 recruits. And we have Andy Riddle, Jason and Tawny Carey, Jake and then Beret Joseph. They also have 2 for the week. Then Megan Wood, woohoo, good job. She's on the recruiting leaderboard too. She has 3 recruits this week. Jessica Phillips, 3. Yennefer DePina.
Yep, you got it.
With 3 as well. And Jeremy Patton, another rock star. 3 recruits this week. Woo! Good job, guys. Joseph, 2. Under Mike and Brittany Rodriguez. Woohoo!
Do that out there, didn't you?
Yeah. With 4 recruits. And then number 1, Olga and Jason Mathis with 5.
All right. Thank you, Tori. Thank you for reading off the recruiter leaderboards with such confidence. You'll be there next week. Correct. Okay. This is kind of I can hear everybody screaming out there. They're feeling sorry for you. Tatiana's glad she's not doing leaderboards. She's like, I'm so glad he picked her. But congratulations. We're having fun, but seriously, congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for what you're doing to build the Alliance, the greatest company in the world. You are the warriors. You're the ones doing it. What I love about this business is everybody, and I mean everybody above you has done what you're doing. And that's why we're in awe of what you're doing on the leaderboards. We're grateful for what you're putting on the leaderboard because you're the warriors. You're the ones out there driving, getting no-showed. You are fighting through those no-shows. You are, we know, there's days you're driving and you're crying. Nobody knows you're crying. And you're asking yourself, have I done the right thing? And then all of a sudden, your next 5, you close. Here's the deal. You kept going. That's how you close 5 more. That's why you're here. See, the rock stars, the superstars of this company, they have fought through adversity. They have thought through that garbage. That's why we say you're the warrior. So God bless you, every one of you that are on the leaderboards. Thank you very much. And let's get into our topic today, unity through hardcore work ethic. You want to sit here the whole time and hang out with me? Cool. Unity through hardcore work ethic. Unity is a word that I don't think everybody quite understands. I think people think unity means that we get along with every single thing, we agree on every single thing, we vote the same, we're either a mask wearer or a non-mask wearer. Man, that's not unity, okay? Listen, who just won the Super Bowl? Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not everybody on that football team votes the same. Not everybody on that football team listens to the same music. They don't. But they are unified in their vision that they're going to win the Super Bowl. And what I love about this group of warriors that I have listening, that you're going to be listening to today, is we are unified through a few simple things. One is we're going to work hard. If you're going to be part of this group that you see right here on the screen, you're going to have a work ethic, a great work ethic, okay? This group also believes in how boring consistency will compound over time and build you something that you never thought possible. Stupid, boring consistency of me running business when I first started led to this magical moment of me and my daughter doing this together right here, right now. And I know people like, oh, it's so cool that he can be there with his daughter, and that's just so beautiful. And Jeremy's about to tell you a vision he's got for his son. But please understand, he's going to talk about how that consistency starts now, or when he turns 13. Okay, so my point is this: without the consistency of failure, messing up, getting hung up on, and staying consistent, this moment doesn't happen. So I understand that it feels good. Oh, that's so beautiful. It's awesome. And it is. This is a magic moment for me as a father, hopefully as a leader in this young woman's life. Big moment. But it all started off doing some tough things and staying consistent and going for it. I love marathon training. I know y'all know that, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit if you don't mind. Here's why I love marathon training. Because when you're training for something, nothing else matters. See, when I'm training for a marathon, I can't wake up. I got my calendar written down. I meant to bring y'all my calendar of running. I know, like Kelly and George, y'all have all seen my boring calendar of running, what days I'm going to run, what miles I'm going to run, all that stuff. When it's on the calendar that I'm going to run 7 miles, I'm going to run 7 miles. Today was on the calendar, I was going to run 7 miles. I woke up this morning with a horrible headache. I just got LASIK surgery. I'm still adjusting to the mono vision of this one goes far, this one goes far. I don't know what it does. But my feelings didn't matter at all because I'm training. I need to get y'all to train in this business. See, when I was running business in Detroit, it didn't matter how I felt. I had to go to Detroit to run business. It didn't matter how I felt because I had to be in Detroit with 20 appointments. And she was about 8, 9 years old when we were setting those 20 appointments. And she would come in from school and we would shush her. Remember those days? Shh. I remember when we first got in office, they were so fired up. They came home the first day, opened that door, banged a hole in the wall, screaming, yelling, doing cartwheels and flip-flop. Flip-flop. Same thing. They were doing stuff, yelling, screaming, having a blast because they weren't told to shh. But it didn't matter my feelings. What I love about marathon training, what I love about marathons is on mile 15, when it hurts and everything's painful, my feelings, it doesn't matter about my 26.2 is the deal. It doesn't matter if I'm hurting and pain. It doesn't, I don't need to look down and say, well, I got 11 miles to go. Oh God. No, man, 26.2 is the deal. Many of y'all got to watch me cross the finish line in Waco, and that was a horrible marathon for me. Both my feet got blisters on them. And I'm talking, people say, where was the blister? Was it the forefront, the back? The foot was a blister, the whole foot. Like I had to walk on the edges to get around because the entire foot had them. But it didn't matter. And that's the way these warriors that are about to talk to you approach this business. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if, like, well, I can't pay the electric bill. It doesn't matter to these warriors. They're going to go do what they got to do because it doesn't matter. They're going to put in the work ethic. And we build unity through that. We build love conquers all through that. Because we're unified in our vision that we're all different, man. I could go through Kelly, G, Mike, Jeremy. We're all different. Bill, we're all different. We think differently, but we're unified in this fact that no one's going to outwork us. That we're unified, we believe consistency, as boring as it is, will compound into something gorgeous. Okay? Being unified at home. And I know each of these leaders, and I'll let them explain on if they have any stories they want to share about it, but we hear so often from our agents, well, my wife isn't bought in, my husband isn't bought in, my parents aren't bought in, you know, they don't believe in what I'm doing. And I hate to be the mean one. I really do. But it's your fault. See, they're not bought in because they're not bought into the amount of work that you're putting in, the work ethic that you have towards it, the consistent work ethic, not high as a kite one day, excited, down in the dumps the next day. It's your fault. I hate to break that. But so many of us leaders, we hear it so often. And you think we have some magical formula of, well, here's what I know. These warriors, no one questions them. Their spouses, their parents, their friends, their family, they know they're going to be successful. It's not a question. So what is different with them and you? What's different is their work ethic is so strong, there's no questioning it. You can't question it. How do you stop a locomotive? These guys are locomotives, if you will. You can't stop them. And I want to say this before I start talking to the leaders. When we are talking about a crazy work ethic, me and Jeremy and Phil hit it last week on the activity call, but hit it again a little bit. Your activity written down is what will propel you. We saw Jeremy's journal that he had here, and he showed us that every week he writes in it what he's going to accomplish that week. And then when the week's done, he writes down what he did. This is his journal, by the way, because everybody says, how do you journal, Paul? And stuff like that. You write down stuff. If your life is worth living, it's worth writing down. So many people come to me. I just turned 51. But I remember when I turned 50, people say, oh my God, enjoy it because, 50 to 60 like that, boom. Well, guess what? I heard the same crap 30 to 40, 40 to 50. I heard the same crap from everyone. They live very boring lives. That's why they say that. You want your life to slow down? Write it down. You want to enjoy your life? Write it down. See, when I hate to go back to running, but I got to. When I start my month off and I write in my calendar everything I'm going to run, all the miles I'm going to run, which days I'm going to do cardio, which days I'm going to do weight, my entire life slows down. I get to enjoy it. And the month seems like 31 days. As opposed to those people, life's just flying by. Yeah, get off social media. Get off the crap that you just kill time with and be productive like these warriors are. And I promise you, your life actually slows down to a certain extent. And you get to enjoy it more. Write your month out. See, I know these warriors. They write their month out. They know where they're going. They know the cities they're traveling to. They know when they're going to run business. Nothing's a surprise when it comes to this business and these guys. Nothing. They have it all written down. And when they write the whole month down, their life actually slows down and they get to enjoy it a little bit more. Try it. Write your whole month out. You just go, man, I got a lot. I'm going to be able to do a lot this month. What you can accomplish in 1 month is so great if you write it down. If you don't write it down, just got by me. I mean, me and Jeremy have been joking about this for years. When people come to, Christmas just snuck up on me. like, bro, does it change? Did they move the date around? It's always the same, right? He's my religious scholar when it comes to stuff like that. So I make sure I'm like, it stays in the same place every time, right? The 25th, he said, yeah, okay, good. I don't know. It shouldn't. Those are the folks that say to you, oh, your 30s are just, you're gonna be 40. Man, when I think of my 30s to 40s, oh dear Lord, yeah, I journaled my whole 30s to 40s. There's a lot of hell in those 30s to 40s, I'll tell you that. But at the same time, it wasn't a flyby. My 40s to 50, God, that was an eternity for me. A beautiful eternity for me. I mean, it was amazing, my 40s to 50. Changes made, but I journaled and I put down what I want to accomplish and what I want to do. And I say all that just to say this is what these warriors are doing, because they're not, don't talk to me about marathon training. What I'm trying to say is they're training in this business. I have said, Jeremy remembers me saying, well, actually, everybody on here, actually, I'm going to be EVP. Remember, Mike, I used to say that. I'm going to be EVP. I'm going to be EVP. That was my training. That was my training ground. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be board member. I'm going to be board member. Jeremy remembers when I said, I just want to feed my kids this week. Yeah, no kidding, right? But that was my plan. That's what I had to do. That was my training, is I had to get that done. I just want to pay the electric bill this week. That was my training. If we get more people into training, into thinking of training as opposed to just going through the motions on Monday morning of, well, let's just see where the week takes us. Let's just see what happens. Man, we're grown up, man. What I love about these warriors that I'm going to unleash to you is they're grown up. And they approach their business in a very grown up way, very mature way. And it's fun to watch. So let's dive into these heroes. Rodriguez, we'll start with you, my friend. Mike, you've got a full-time job when you got here. It was not easy. I remember what you had to do just to get to the office. If you could share some of that, and then really talk about work ethic, consistency, compounding, and how it does unify us as a family, as a tribe, to keep us tight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for having us on the call. Definitely grateful for you and for Jeremy. Man, you're just like, I got like all these flashbacks coming in my head now from when we first started. It was not easy, man. It was not easy at all. When we first started, I was an overnight manager at the Walmart distribution center. So I'd work 55, 60 hours, about four nights. I was going to say days, but it wasn't days, it was nights. And I hated it, man. It was so miserable. We were going broke. Like it was tough. I felt like I was letting my family down, letting myself down. And I remember like praying to God one day. I was like, God, there's gotta be something else out there. And then boom, all of a sudden, answer my prayers by introducing me to that beautiful bald man down there, Jeremy Patton. And it was hard to get up to the office though. At the time we were struggling so bad, we sold my car. So we had one family vehicle, called it the Swagger Wagon, right? And it was just one car, and she needed it most of the time because she was playing taxi to all the kids. So I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to get up there and hang out with you guys? And, Jeremy, being the genius that he is, was like, hey, I'll come pick you up.
I love that.
I was like, all right, which was genius. I should start using that strategy here on out with certain people.
Amen.
Because it's like, yeah, he picks me up and we get to the office and I have no other choice but to work. I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck. I'm like, man, you're a genius, dude. That's so smart. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful for him for doing that. And it was him. It was that action right there that like kept me going, because I couldn't let Jeremy down. Every Wednesday morning, he was picking me up. Like clockwork. Every Wednesday morning, he'd come pick me up and we go to the office. And there was a lot of times, like you were saying earlier, it doesn't matter about your feelings. Like there was a lot of times I felt like calling him and say, hey, bro, don't pick me up. I'm tired. I need some sleep, But I kept thinking about it. I was like, I can't do that. Like I don't want to let him down. I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to let her down in the family. And so like I so many times though, I felt that I was like on the verge of pulling up my phone and texting him and say, "Hey man, I can't make it today." Right. But I was like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that to Jeremy.
I pulled my inner ear canal.
Yeah. My inner ear hurt. I can't talk, or something like, I don't know. But it's like, I couldn't do that to him. I was like, nope, Jeremy's going to come pick me up. Got to get up. Got to get to work. Got to get to work. And it was that unity of us at the office. There wasn't many of us then, right? Like, it was only a few of us that's when we first started the Louisville hotspot, and that consistency compounded into something massive by the end of it. But there was only like 6 of us when we first started it. 2 weeks in a row. I remember the second week we had one, and that was like just me, and then of course like 3 other people, and you were showing the plan, man, like it was full room, and you were looking directly at me, and you were like just going at it. And I was like, doesn't he know I was here last week? Like, is he talking to? There's nobody behind me. I guess he's talking to me. I guess, but let's go for it, right? All right, let's go, Paul. Me and you, buddy. Me and you. But yeah, that consistency just kept compounding as well, and it's the unity of us coming together. Like, I couldn't let y'all down. I had to be there every Wednesday, even if I didn't.
That's the secret. Hit on that. You didn't want to let Jeremy down. You wanted to show your work ethic. That's the secret right there. I think that this group of people understands and gets. Can you hit a little bit more on that?
Absolutely. Like, I couldn't let him down, man. Like, we had a great talk one time, and we had a lot of great talk, especially in the car when he picked me up, kidnapped me, whatever you want to call it. But we had a lot of great talks, and I loved picking his brain. But he was like consistent. He told me this. He's like, consistency compound. And I was like, well, that doesn't sound very sexy. Consistency. It doesn't sound sexy. Consistency. It didn't work, right? It didn't work. It's not a sexy word. But he just kept telling me consistent. Like 90 days from now is going to be a lot different. If you just keep showing up every Wednesday, and I did. I was like, all right, let's do it then. I have nothing else to lose. But then it was like I committed to him. So that commitment to him meant I couldn't let him down. I couldn't not show up.
Yeah. And
then when I showed up again, I was captive. So I had nothing else to do but work. So I just went after it. I didn't want to let him down. So it was committing to being a part of the group, and I needed you guys desperately, like in my life, speaking life into me, because I was being torn down, just being out there in the corporate America world. And so it's massive, man. Whenever you can commit to being a part of this family, to this group, and it's hard not to show up. I don't know if that makes sense, but
totally. Let me also say this, Mike, and you can go on this if you want to, but you didn't want to let Jeremy down because he was consistent in his work ethic. He was consistent in his emotions. He was consistent in his drive. He was consistent in so many parts of his life. Had he not been all those things, you probably wouldn't be here today. Neither would he. But is this making sense? You know where I'm going with this?
Yeah. You just blew my mind right there. I haven't even thought about that. Like, if he would have not showed up one time, I probably wouldn't be here.
That's right. Yeah, that's big.
It's huge.
And Mike, you know this. So many leaders come, well, I'm recruiting and no one's following. I'm like, you're not Jeremy. You're not me. You're not followable. Is that a word? Come on, Dallas Baptist University. You're all followable. You're not followable, And so, I mean, that's big right there, Mike.
Yeah.
You'll have people on your team that are trying to build like you are, and they're not going to get it because they're so confused. But there was no confusion in you following Jeremy.
No, none.
That's big right there. Thank you.
That's huge. Thank you. That just blew my mind.
Man, and congratulations on hitting agency manager.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy.
Fun being in Treasure Island with you to celebrate that with you. The only bad part is we didn't get to celebrate it with all the new people, but we got to do that here in Dallas, which was fun.
That's right.
But I know you got bigger. Tell me some, let's do this. I've always preached, I've always said I'm going to hit EVP board member and I'm going to run marathons. Tell us, talk some of your future to us so we all know.
We're going partner, man. Like we see it, you are a great example of it. Just seeing you go through this process. I want to have those problems. those are different problems than I've ever even thought of. I was like, man, I got to spend 50,000 on a lawyer. Like, that's a great problem to have. Like, I want that, right? So we are going, partner. Like, she is more fired up about this than I've ever seen her. And she has been now starting to get consistent at coming up to the office and putting in some recruiting dials. And we are growing like crazy, man. It's great. It was awesome last night. We did a training call. We had like almost 30 people on. And it's just, it keeps getting bigger. Again, it's compounding. And so we're going, partner. We see it. It's right there. We're just going to catch up to it. That's the partner.
Yeah. And what most, you had 30 on a call last night, but most won't understand all the times that you had 1 or 2 or 3 and 4, and then you went back to 2, and then you went to 5, and then you went back to 0. And it's you fighting through. That's the warrior mentality. Because when you go back, you don't call and complain about it. You just know, keep doing it. You're gonna connect with the right people, and you're connecting with a lot of right people on your team. And I know you are, but continue to be that person to follow, like Jeremy was to you.
Absolutely.
And people are they're like, I ain't letting Mike down. I'm not letting Mike down. I mean, how many people would like to hear that on your team? I ain't letting Jeremy down. I'm not letting him down. You have like 10 people like that on your team. Now, keep in mind, you have to be followable. You have to have the work ethic. You have to have those traits, of being emotionally, consistent, consistent in your work habit, work ethic, everything. It's not real. People thrive for consistency because so many times people come to us and their lives are so jacked up. They just need almost a boring, consistent person. I don't mean to call y'all boring by any stretch of imagination. None of y'all are boring. But they need that boring consistency in their life because their life is up and down like a freaking roller coaster in a hurricane. It's all over the place. And then they see you, this pillar of like, man, he's stable in his emotions, stable in his work ethic, stable in everything. That will draw people to you. And you will build massive unity in your team. You'll get mad respect from your peers. Like, these guys respect each other. They don't always get along. We fight. That's why we always say love conquers all. Everyone thinks because we say love conquers all that we all just sit around and smoke pot and hold hands and do whatever. I probably shouldn't have said the smoke pot part, but we're not doing that. There's things, and that's why we say love conquers all, because we know we're not perfect, and we have to continue to remind ourselves of that. So, Mike, Brittany, thank you for being warriors. Thank you for fighting hard. Thank you for following Jeremy. Appreciate it. The Alliance appreciates it. Rock stars appreciate it. I know I appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you build. I envision stuff like Mike, where you call me up and say, hey, Paul, will you come talk to our group for like 30 minutes? We're going to have like 1,000 people there. And I just come talk to you, and I just get to see your success. I mean, I love watching people overcome. That's probably the greatest gift in my life. I want to watch people get rich. I don't really care about getting rich. I want to watch people overcome, and just to come see the success that you created. So that's my vision for you, Mike. I hope you. And you
I received that.
Okay,
that's
good. Love you, brother. Love
you, man.
All right, G. Try not to be too excited, G-Shock.
All right, legend. Thank you.
So, G-Shock, you tell us a little bit about what you're doing in your organization. You got some crazy consistency going, some crazy work ethic through Laredo to McAllen. You are building a tribe of people. I'm watching them get tighter and tighter together through your work ethic, through your consistency and emotions and everything. So kind of hit us with some of that and some of the things I talked about in the beginning, and kind of take it away from there. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm like you said, we're maturing more. We've been around the fire. We've been here now. I've been 4 years now, and just really trying to learn and really follow you and Phil and Jeremy. You guys are 3 really great examples. And then, people like Kelly and Mike as well. Like you said, we all love and respect each other, and seeing them grow as well. But I'm really trying to follow in the system and do the things like you and Phil, list of names. it was amazing when when I actually did it, and we with Karen and her team in Laredo, we did a list of names one week, and I think we fast tracked more people in 1 month than I probably did in a whole year. Just from following what you and Philip been trying to teach us. We know it's taught, not taught, and you just got to go out there and do it, and consistency. And I know if we keep on doing that and do it week in, week out, doing all the boring, mundane stuff, eventually, we will get to the point of having a team that looks like Jeremy Patton, like Robert's Rockstars. And, when we had our Rockstars convention in Dallas, I got the privilege to stay in a five-star resort, Casa de Robert. And, it was very funny. I got to hear this story for the first time about how Tori and Randy, when you just told everybody right now on TWC, how they would come home from school and have to, be quiet because all you guys were dialing. And it just really hit me because we see the legend, we see the general with their nice lives, income that they're making, the $90,000 a month plus, deals with integrity. And we just think like, hey, they just fell from the sky, and had the platinum spoon handed to them, and these deals happened to them. And just thinking that night after the convention, like, wow, these guys really did do all the grind and all the stuff that we're going through. And the stuff that you're saying, this consistency, we just keep on staying consistent and doing the mundane week in, week out, we will have that life like you and Jeremy, Andy Albright, and all the other leaders in the Alliance. And it's just how fast we get there is up to us. How fast that we can adjust and learn and follow the system that you guys are teaching us. You don't have to be a genius. I like it when you say you don't have to dunk a basketball. You don't have to be a NFL all-star to get the results like yourself, like Paul Roberts. You don't have to do all that stuff. It's just the consistent work. I've gotten to see you, Dr. Phil, travel week in, week out. I've seen you sometimes where you don't want to show it, but I can see you're tired from just traveling 4 days a week, every week of the month. And I was like, man, I was there at your house in your guest bedroom. And I think maybe Randy's room I took over for the weekend. But, just thinking like your beautiful home and your dogs and your family, I was like, I don't think I would want to be traveling 4 days a week, 4 weeks out of the month. You know what I mean? And then when you're home, you're running marathons in other cities as well. And here you are, you're making $95,000-$95,000 a month, and you're out there just grinding still, and you're still showing us that example of the consistency and how it's compounding. And I've only been here 4 years of your career here with the Alliance. You've been here 14 or 15 years, and in the last 4 years that I've been here, I just haven't seen you stop. And you're a great example, Paul, and I just hope that I can be one day a great example like yourself, because I know one thing is your team. Not only do we all have the same vision, as in we want to make the kind of income that you're making, not only do we want to have the same life that you have, the home, the cars, the vehicles, the not sweating it if you got to pay a $50,000 bill, like no big deal, like you don't need to go finance it. It's like, oh, okay, so I got to cut the check $50,000. All right. But what I really like, and of course I have that dream of becoming a partner one day as well. But what I want is, you kind of touched on it, is the respect that you have from your team. The respect, and not only the respect, but your team loves you. Your team has your back. Dr. Phil's team has his back. Jeremy Patton's team has his back. I know Kelly's team has her back. And when you're that type of leader, and people that were maybe strangers a few months ago, a few years ago, when these people now love you and respect you and have your back and just want to do life with you, I think that's amazing. You touch so many people's lives, and it's crazy. We all come to the Alliance. We join the Alliance because we all want to make, whether we're struggling, trying to pay our bills, or whether you have $100,000 or $200,000 income right now and you just want more, you want a better life, you're looking for freedom, whatever it is you're looking for, we came here for a reason. But when you come around people like you and Jeremy Patton, it's funny how maybe money was the first reason why you joined. In fact, we just did a hotspot last night in McAllen, And that's what I was talking about. I was like, when I came to my first hotspot, I came just for my buddy Phil, Dr. Phil, and you came down to McAllen. And, I went just to support my best friend. And that meeting changed my life. 10 months after that meeting, I walked away from $100,000 sushi business. And now I'm traveling the world with you guys. But it was a blessing in disguise for me. But what piqued my interest that night was the money, and seeing how you impact so many people's lives. In fact, my life too. I've lost about 50 pounds now because of you.
How much total?
About 50 pounds.
50. Wow.
Okay.
Howdy,
And
bro.
that's the same thing, kind of like you talk about the running, this,
Yeah.
And you talked about it, I think was it the activity call or the Monday meeting maybe about, I didn't gain all this weight overnight. It was consistently eating bad, not exercise. And then you do the 180 when you're consistently eating better and going to the gym on a consistent basis. Same thing with this business. All we can do is be an example and offer an opportunity. The great thing is the opportunity is already here, the alliance. And the only thing that we can do is be a good example. And like you said, it's very simple. It's just being consistent and letting that consistently compound over time. It's not an overnight, like you say. This is not an overnight get rich, whatever. This is we've got the best 2 to 5 year plan. That's what you say, right? 2 to 5 year.
Yep.
We've got the best 2 to 5 year plan. If you can just stay consistent, have a spirit of gratitude and a childlike faith. I just love those. You told me that the very first night I met you, and that hits me. Childlike faith and a spirit of gratitude, and you follow the 8 steps of success. And this is just an awesome opportunity for anyone. So just thank you, Andy Albright, and all the other leaders who are showing all of us the way. And as long as you don't quit, 100% success rate. And I believe someone like Mike Rodriguez, someone like Dr. Phil, Eric Cruz, myself, Kelly, we're a living example of that because we've been here now 4 or 5 years, and you just don't quit. And we're going to be right there with you, Paul, traveling the world, drinking diet root beers with Jane Albright, wherever we're at, whether it's Fiji, Europe, Africa, Thailand. And I'm just excited and real grateful to be here and be part of your team.
Thank you. Give us some, Mikey said, by the way, he's Iron Mike to everybody else. He's Mikey to me. You're not allowed to call him Mikey.
That's right.
Me calling him Mikey is a respect thing. When y'all do it, it's not a respect thing. You got to call him Iron Mike. But you heard Mikey give his goals and his vision for his team. I want him to do that for his team. I want you to do it for your team. Where is G-Shock headed? You all knew where I was headed. I was going to EVP. I was going to make $95,000 a month. I was going board member. I was going EVP partner. Where's G-Shock going? What can they follow with you?
Oh, you're talking about my personal goals, where I want to be, or the team?
Just like Mike. Just he said he going partner. What is it that your team, without a shadow of a doubt, knows where G-Shock is headed? Like, we know where Jeremy's headed. We know where Mike's headed. Where are you headed?
Well, I think if you're part of the alliance, I think, the opportunity of all of us being able to become a partner, whether it's your first year here or you've been here for 4 or 5 years or 10 years, if your goal is not to become partner one day, I don't know, you need to check your pulse or something, but yeah, definitely want to one day become partner. But right now I'm an agency manager, and what I want to do is I want to help, get 3 or 4 agency managers under me so we can start changing their lives and they can start having the life and traveling, like you said, the world with you and our team. And obviously by me helping those people become agency manager, that means I start climbing the ranks too with district manager, regional manager, and on my way to make a partnership. But yeah, I mean, I think, I'm pretty sure my team knows that I've got Alliance in my blood. We're proud to have Alliance everywhere. We got on our office door. When you walk into our office building, our suite number 159, you'll see it's called the Alliance. And, I think they just see me as following you, following Dr. Phil, following Jeremy. End goal is, of course, being partner and having a lifestyle. I tell everybody, I want Paul's lifestyle. I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, and be able to help others people change their lives. And if I want to run marathons with you one day, wherever we are around the world running marathons, that's what I want to be able to do.
You can do it. Thank you, bro. You can do it. I mean, Jeremy remembers when I was running 4 or 5 miles, and he probably don't remember this, but I remember it because it was, you remember what you remember. They remember. But I remember when I ran 9 miles in a weekend, and I went to him. I said, dude, it's a whole different ball game for me now. I've moved to a whole different level, bro. And I jumped from 5 to 9 miles, and I was fired up about that. Now I do 9 miles, and I'm like, I didn't do it hard enough. Whatever. You can do it. You just put that consistency in over and over and over again. Thank you, G-Shock. I will say this. I don't believe anybody on this screen, and Dr. Phil's driving from Austin to Houston right now, so he can't be on the screen, but they don't need me. Just want to be careful there. I think you said the word need. I want to be wanted. These guys are heroes, man. They're going to win with or without me. They're champions. I think Tim Goad said it. Leaders, warriors don't need to be motivated daily. They motivate themselves. And that's what you're seeing here with this group of people. I'm not needed. I just want to be wanted in their lives. I just want to be some sort of inspiration to them somehow, some way. And I'm talking to the leaders out there trying to build, because you're trying to build from a standpoint that's incorrect. You're trying to build from a standpoint of, you need me. That's bullcrap. Your work ethic will determine how much they want to be with you. Let me tell you something. This group right here, we actually repel people because of our work ethic. They don't, and they'll talk bad about us. Man, yeah. It's because to be in this group that you're seeing here, we work hard. We don't take it lightly. We are training for partnership. There we go. That's what we need to say. We're training for partnership. We're training for EVP, training for marathon, because this is a marathon. It is a marathon. There's going to be some days where you're going to look down at your team, Mike, and you're like, God, I'm never going to make it. And the very next day, you're like, oh my God, baby doll, we're going to make it. I mean, it's going to be that way. And it's just like when you're running business, you're like, oh my God, I'm horrible at this. I just went 1 for 15. And the very next one, you get one for like $6,000. Man, I'm good. Man, I'm so good. And you know why you're good? Because you didn't quit when you went 1 to 15. And so we will repel people with our love conquers all because of our work ethic. We believe in boring consistency. Just keep doing it over and over and over again, and you're going to get crazy, wild results. So thank you, G. Jeremy, kidnapped. Mike, I think you're past the what's that called, statute of limitations. I think we've run out. I don't think he can prosecute you.
We're past it officially.
Yeah, he can't get you for that no more.
No.
But good job on kidnapping him.
Thank you. I'm tricky.
Sometimes you just gotta do stuff like that.
I didn't tell him when I was bringing him back. He usually was after 10 p.m.
That's probably a definition of kidnapping. You could have done some hard time for that, bro. I think I'm hearing Mike. Are y'all in the same office?
Yeah.
I think I'm hearing.
No, next door.
Okay. All right. No big deal. So if you could, Jeremy, well, you know what? Let's talk about consistency. Man, you and I had a talk this morning, and it was like, that's what we're talking about today. Holy, you know what? You were talking about your son, Brady. Just hit us with that story.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. So, and Tori, it's awesome seeing you there. I remember those stories. I will tell that story here in a minute, but Tori, it's really awesome to see you there with your dad. I remember living at your house, and I participated in the too, because I lived at their house, and this is a number of years ago, and I booked appointments at their kitchen table, and they did homework in front of me while I was booking appointments. So I had a little bit too, but we had a lot of fun, and it's I'm so proud of you, Tori, and it's nice to see you there, and the incredible leader and woman that you are. And that story I was talking about this morning, Paul, was I was just talking about Brady. I was talking about my workout I had, just sharing about that, and then it led into, I was thinking about why am I doing it, and I was talking to you about it, and I was like, man, I got to keep up, man. My boy, he's 6. He's going to be 13 in 7 years. That means I'm going to be this age. I'll be exactly 40. Just joking. And but he's going to be 13. He'll probably start working out here in the next.
How do you do that?
Yeah, man, crazy. And I said, I'm going to be jacked. I'll tell you that. And that's why I'm consistent. That's why I go to the gym. That's why I work out. That's why I run. And I think it's because I have a vision of what that's going to look like. I have a vision of helping build my son as a leader and as a man, and being that example, not just as a leader in the home and as father and loving my wife and loving my family, but teaching them everything. And I want a big part of that to be, work ethic. And I really feel, for me, working out and taking care of my body and training my body is more training my mind, and really teaching him how to do that at a young age is very important. We're already teaching him how to do it, but he can't. I'm not making him do burpees and stuff yet. And so I have a vision of what that looks like 6-7 years down the road. I had a vision of what it looks like for my daughter's life. Tyler, she just turned 11 yesterday. You sent me that message on Facebook, the post that you put on Facebook that she was born at 4:10 p.m. And just the beautiful young lady that she is, the leader that she is, the leader that she is in school, the leader she is around her friends, seeing how she treats people, seeing how she interacts with adults, whether it be in business or at church, and how she will look them in the eye and shake their hand and have an adult conversation. They're like, how old is she? 11. These are visions that I had for Tyler when she was an infant, right? And so these visions that I have for Brady, it starts with this consistency on a daily basis. Just happened to be that consistent physical work. And I really feel like having a vision of the future is important. Without a vision and knowing where you're headed, you're not gonna end up anywhere, really. And I really feel like that conversation really moves my heart, gives me bigger purpose. And in business, it ties there too. So why are you in this business? What's your vision? What do you want? Why do you want it? I mean, Amy and I we are partners with integrity. That's not even a question. It's just a matter of when. And it's going to take a lot of consistency. And one thing, Paul, I'm so grateful that, together we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot of battles. And, this team, everybody on this call, I'm so grateful you Kelly, your tenacity, your persistence, your hard work, G-Shock, your energy, your enthusiasm, you're persistent. You stick with it. You stay in the fight. Mike and Brittany, just your loyalty, your commitment to each other, your commitment to your family, your love that you have for each other and the team. And Phil, I know Phil's not on the call, but Phil's his consistency and being a great friend and a great leader and being there, showing up, being that example, being the guy that really I feel like really helped push me to go to that next level. Grateful for you, Paul, and you and Tamara, and just who you are and how you've been there for me in the hardest times of my life. Being that rock, you can't put a price on relationships and on people and the team, right? I mean, we've been through a lot. I'm going to tell you this: you're either coming out of a storm, or you're in a storm, or you're about to head back into one. Okay, yeah, I promise you, that's just how life. That's how life goes, and life doesn't get easier; you get better. And Paul, you've really been an inspiration to me and helping me and just being there for me all the time, regardless of what happens, and being consistent with your words. That's something that I've learned a lot from you. Beginning when you were on that treadmill and you were running and saying, "I'm getting rich," and then little tiny little Randy back then, still, right? Telling me, like, in the hardest time of my life years ago, before I met my beautiful wife, when I couldn't even see in front of me, I was depressed. I was $200,000 in debt, just wondering, crap, like what's next? And you speaking life into me and speaking that the future, what it's going to look like. And having a leader like that, everybody, having a team like this, having people that have your back, you can't put a price on that. And that's what I'm talking about, is consistency in relationships. It's not always easy. The relationships are work, and it's not easy. However, you can't put a price on having the right, powerful team, powerful, the consistency and having the right words. What words are you speaking to other people? What words are you speaking to yourself? Your life is moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts, just the way it is. And I battle with this. I battle with it. If you're a human, you probably battle with it, but it is something that you can overcome. I've seen you do it, Paul. I've seen you overcome and just incredible things. And you can rewire your brain and just what are you saying to yourself? Because that's typically what you're saying to other people. Are you speaking the future? Are you speaking how great you are? Are you speaking the future of where you're going to be? Or are you focused on how bad it is? Am I the only one that struggles with that? I mean, and I really feel like it's really, really taking those thoughts captive and think about what you're thinking, right? Write it down, and then make sure you're speaking the truth. Speaking, I am partner. We're partners, and I'm so grateful for Amy, and so grateful my number one team member. The unity that we have, the vision that we have, and that we're building this together. And I just couldn't be more excited about our future. It's not going to be easy. I know that life's not easy. But just like you, Paul, I feel like you and me both, and I feel like everybody on this team I picture. You ever seen Rocky IV? If you haven't seen it, watch it. But I feel like Paul, you're Rocky. You're with Ivan Drago. You keep getting knocked down. You just say, whatever. Hey, come on. I'm gonna get back up. I am too. I'm the same way. It drives her nuts. I mean, I can go freaking run into a cement wall over and again, and she's gonna be like, well, when's he gonna stop? He just thinks he's gonna plow over it. My point is don't, wherever you are right now, I believe wholeheartedly you're there for a reason. And there's definitely a clear purpose that God has for your life. And it's just the beginning. It's not over. And just get up and fight. And fight with the team. We need each other. And just please speak your future. Don't become weary in doing good, because you will reap a harvest if you don't give up. And consistency is critical. And I just want to encourage you. My message is have a vision, know where you're headed. Be very consistent with the words that you're speaking to yourself, the words that you're speaking to other people, and put in the work. Put in the work. Thank you, Paul, for being there for me and being consistent with your words, being consistent and showing up and being there for me. Just like I was there for Mike. I learned that from you, because you were there for me in the hardest times of my life. And I'm committed, Amy and I are committed to paying it forward. There's 3 words that really govern how we're building our business. It falls within love conquers all. We're loving people for who they are, not what they do. We serve them and we care for them. And serving is love in action. And you don't have to be great to serve, but you have to serve to be great. And that's something that we're really focused on right now as we're headed to partner with integrity. Thank you very much. I love you with all my heart.
Yeah. So much I want to say there. There's no doubt, Mike, that he's going partner, right? No doubt. Jeremy's words are very impactful because his work ethic is so strong. A lot of folks will post on Facebook, great quote, a lot of the same words that Jeremy used, but they're not impactful at all because we know they don't work. We spent a lot of time posting on Facebook. What was the one you said yesterday? It was hilarious.
It is.
Grind in silence. Well, then you can't post. Shut up. Right? That's what that means, right? I mean, you're not grinding in silence. Grind. Yeah. And so, but Jeremy's words are very impactful to not only Kelly and me and Mike, everybody, all the alliance, because we know who's going to show up on the football field. We know. We might disagree with things about Jeremy, but we know who's going to show up, and that's the most important thing. And I love what you said about loving people, serving them, and caring for them. That's huge, because what I want to do and what I believe we've created and we're creating here, this team of leaders, and I recommend everybody in the alliance do this. We don't, like, Rodriguez never comes to me and points out Kelly's fault. He knows that's not allowed. Mike doesn't come, or Jeremy doesn't come to me and point out G-Shock's fault. He knows that's not allowed. We are about finding what's right with everybody on this team. Because guess what? We all have fault. You want to do some fault? Dear Lord, please don't. I'm begging you. I've got a list that will give me an analogy here, baby doll. I got a big list of fault. Miles long, marathon long.
There you go.
Marathon long. I mean, I got them. Let's not do that. Because and you're always going to have them. You're always going to have weaknesses. Something I've been talking to her about a lot, because Tori really strives for perfection in her life. That's one thing that we're working on with her. And I said, baby doll, there's just some things you're not good at. You just need to say, I ain't good at that, Dad. Like administrative stuff, she ain't that good. But guess what? She's got mad skills. You see what I'm saying? Let's not talk about her administrative skills not being bad. Let's talk about how she is great at recruiting. Let's talk about how she's going to be great. She's going to be phenomenal. Jeremy, can you imagine her inside the home? Oh my God. Like, if you don't want to buy life insurance, do not invite her to your home, because she's going to sell you life insurance. I promise you. Because she's good. She'll tell me something, and I'll tell her I don't want to talk about that, and she hits me with it again. I'm like, you don't stop. I mean, she's got mad skills. We all got skills. And so I love y'all's skill there, loving people, serving them, and caring for them. You can start pointing out what's great about your people. Now listen, guys, don't be blind. If you have someone in your group that's hurting the group and destroying the group, I'm not asking you to be blind. Please have some discernment. I'm begging you. Here's your discernment. Are they working? Are they working? Now, you can have someone that works hard, Carol Owens, that is cancer. The whole team will take the team out. You got to get rid of that. Get rid of it. But done. Over with. The moment you think about getting rid of it, get rid of it. But if you're trying to find perfect, you're in trouble. You ain't going to find perfect. It ain't happening. There is no such thing as the perfect agent. No such thing as the perfect leader. We've all got our faults. But if we can just find all the great stuff inside of them and pull that out, wow, we're going to take over the world. So thank you, Jeremy. Got a powerful team. What do you want to say?
Hey, just in response to Jeremy earlier, I'm so proud of you too. I remember you every single week at the kitchen table dialing. And I can say, knowing you like most of my life, that you are the most consistent and loving person. Always. You've grown better.
And that's what his team sees. And that's why they're growing.
Yeah.
His team sees that and they grow for that. And like Mike said, he didn't want to get left out. He wanted to be there for him. He didn't want to let him down. If Jeremy was consistent one week with his dials and the next 2 weeks wasn't consistent, that goes away. It's done. But Jeremy, every week, somehow, some way is consistent. And that just made that. And that's what I love. G-Shaw talked about. That's what will make you a great leader. It's not, we don't have to have like, oh, he's a great leader. He's got this, or, I'm tired of hearing, Cardone's a great leader. Dude, consistency's a great leader. Consistency's a great leader. Jeremy, did you raise your hand or were you just drinking something? I caught you out of the corner of my eye.
Just drinking.
Okay. I thought
water that is. I want to clarify what I just said.
I thought I saw something in the corner of my eye, raise hand or something like that. If any of y'all want to talk, just chime in. You ain't got to raise your hand. But it's that consistency that makes you great. Not, oh, he's such a beautiful speaker. He's such an articulate this. No, man, it's boring. Work ethic, consistency, going at it, getting, like he said, getting knocked down, standing back up, getting knocked down, standing back up. Here's a secret, though. Getting knocked down and not complaining about getting knocked down, and get up and then tell everybody how you got knocked down. And that's what Kelly Haney's done. She had a hell of a 2018, a crazy ride for her emotionally. Didn't do a lot of talking, just did a lot of getting up. She did a lot of falling down, a lot of getting knocked down. Her and I would talk. Then she'd pop back up. And had a great year to finish out 18. Learned a lot about how powerful she is as a woman. Learned about how powerful she is as a leader. And it was through that adversity that I think, probably made her realize just how great she is. But Kelly, talk to us a little bit about, what your team's following, where they following you, where you headed, where you going, what you doing. I love some of your numbers you're throwing out there. They're exciting me. I know they're firing up your team. They got to be firing up your team. Just kind of take it away from there, okay?
Thank you so much, Paul, for having me on here. And guys, it is an honor to be on this call with all these amazing leaders. I'd be missed to not say, if it wasn't for one specific person on this call, which is Iron Mike Rodriguez, I wouldn't be. He was the one that came to the hot pot. He was the one that presented the night I was there. And I can't explain to people how important you are, even if you're just starting and you're doing an opportunity to show people who your truth is, show people you're real, show people who you are. Mike didn't come in saying, "Oh, I'm awesome." He just came in and he shared the love of the Alliance. He shared the love for Jeremy, his love for Paul. And it made me realize that's where I wanted. So Mike, thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, this, what we have in San Antonio wouldn't be here today without you. Thank you so much for that.
Beautiful.
Well, it's hard for me to put into words right now because the team is crazy. So it's funny that the words unity today, we have our unity bands. So everybody on the team gets our unity bands. We're really focused on making sure as a team, we all have our goals, but they know what our ultimate goal was and is. And that was getting you to partner and now working on Jeff and I, we will be partners. There's no doubt in our mind that that's where we're going. That's where we're headed. Andy has paved the way for this, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful you're going through this now so that you can pave the way even more for us, and maybe we don't have to get as many, as Jeremy said, concrete walls going through it. It might be a little bit easier for us to get there, knowing what you've gone through, knowing what Andy's gone through. I'm just super excited for that. The team is insane. So this week, Wednesday, we put in 23 people in class. We have 8 brand new licenses that are going with our field trainers out training this. The team knows that our team goal is 4.5 million this year. Our team goal is to have 6 agency managers and 4 new district managers come out some way, some other. There's no doubt. We talk about it every day. We talk about it in the sales meeting. They have their goals and they know that in their mind, whatever they're doing is helping the ultimate goal, which is the end goal for them. They all want to go partner. They're just super excited, as I think all of us are, about your partnership hopefully soon, and knowing that you and Tamara have fought so hard to get where you are today. And to see you in that studio with your beautiful daughter, knowing that there's been so much you guys have had to overcome in your life, get where you are today, to knowing that you're going to be a partner and or your dad's going to be a multi-millionaire. I mean, that's just amazing to think, the legend is a multi-millionaire. I know George said he went to the Alliance one time and was like, who's this tall guy? Seeing all these posters. Oh, he's the legend. Even more now, he's a multi-millionaire. And we get to say that, and I'm so blessed that I get to be what I consider one of the best teams, which is the Rock Stars. It's got the coolest name of everybody. But I'm just, team's just fired up, Paul. It's hard for me to put it into words right now. 18 was crazy for me. 18 was a year of me figuring out who I was. 19 came out and just dominated. I mean, Jeff and I combined did almost 500,000. It was 499. Our personal goal this year is 1.5 million. We will hit 1.5 million. Like Jeremy, we journal it every day. We have our vision. We know what we need to do. It was a vision from August of last year, where we were like, what do we need to do to hit the 500? What do we need to do to get to remember? What do we need to do to hit these numbers? And right now we're focused on, there's 4 groups in the team right now that we're focused on, and we're focusing on getting them their main 4 so that they can train their 4 and just building that. And like you said, it's not managing. They don't need me. They come to me for help. They don't need me. But they also know every day what I'm doing. There is no doubt in their mind. I'm either recruiting, I'm dialing, I'm running appointment, I'm doing my Zooms. There's no question every day what Jeff and I are. The work ethic is there. There's nothing that I don't think my team could say, oh, she's never there. She's never at the office. We're consistently here and help. So I'm just super fired up about what we've got going. where you're going. And again, thank you so much for leading the path and showing us that this partnership is real. You know, I think a lot of people thought when Andy hit, they're like, ah, it was just Andy. But knowing that you're getting ready to hit and a lot of others, it just proves to everybody that anybody can have. You're starting today. Hear me. I did not write $500,000 out of the gate.
No.
I did not.
In
I
fact,
called
you didn't
Paul.
think you could write business.
I didn't think I could write business.
You
Okay, I
told me
called
you
Paul.
couldn't.
I know, I told you. I called you and I said, I am horrible. I suck in the home. I can't do this.
What am I going to
I also
do?
had people putting words in my mouth or words in my head,
Yeah.
which Beta Satan helped me tremendously in 2018 because that book proved to me that words were what were in here, not who Kelly was. And who Kelly was a bad, I can't say the word, to the bone producer and recruiter and loving and faithful person, and that I was going to overcome whatever was put in front of me. And I did that even after I told you I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I want people here love you. If you're here and you're struggling and you're going through things, everyone on this screen that you're seeing was not good in the home in the beginning, except maybe Jeremy Pat. Because
That was weird. That was weird.
yeah, it was the general. So I mean, come on. But everybody struggled, and we all thought about, I don't want to go in another home. I don't want to make another dial. We had consistent in our work ethic, and we had to be consistent in those dials. And I had to go fail 22 times with 0 in a home 22 times for them to tell me no, to go 15-0 and get 15 people to say yes. But I had to go through those no's. I had to go through those telling me that I need to talk to my financial planner. Understanding I'd been in this business at that point long enough to know that meant I was doing something wrong. Okay. So there was no question that it was me. But I was so, I was just so determined that that wasn't going to be my future in the alliance or my. I didn't want the team to see me not as a leader, productive, and now for them to see my failure was okay, because they needed to see that it was okay for them to fail.
Amen.
And understanding that things happen and it's okay. We pull ourselves back up and we have the team to lift us up. And maybe I had a bad day, but I put 22 people in class. You know, you might have a bad day, but your team putting people in class. And that really what got me through 18. And, you know, it's been a ride, and I cannot wait to see what the end of 2020 looks like, and our partnership and traveling the world and going to ride elephants in Thailand. I'm just so blessed and honored to be part of this.
Thank you. Thank you. I like what she said. Y'all are creating objections. This is a whole different talk. We're not going to get on that, but she said she now knows that if they say they need to talk to their financial advisor, she now knows, because she's great in the home. She knows that she was creating that objection of financial advisor. She was creating it. So that's big. We can do a whole talk on that right there. We need to get you down here, Kelly, to do, or up here, I should say, to get you to do a video on selling in the home and all types of cool stuff.
Yes, sir. Whenever you are ready, we will be up there.
Okay. Thank you. So listen, if you have the work ethic that these guys have, guys and girls, sorry, people are going to follow you. You don't have to yell at them. You don't have to say, what are you, stupid? Look at my work ethic, how great I am. No, we don't do that. You just head down, work hard. Everybody on your team, I love what Kelly said. Everybody on her team knows what she's doing. Kelly, I got people in my organization, in my base shop, that say they want to be partners, say they want to be EVP, and I don't even know what they're doing. I don't know where they are. If I don't know what you're doing, if I don't know where you are, I know your team doesn't know that.
Amen.
That was a powerful statement that Kelly said, and I hope you didn't miss it. You can't just be this disappearing act when you feel like you want, when you feel like it. I think everybody on here has hit the feeling. They do it regardless of how they feel, regardless of how they feel. What's your quote that you like to say?
Feelings aren't truth.
Feelings aren't true. Feelings aren't fact.
Feelings aren't.
Something like that. And you have to fight through those. That's why I love running marathons. Because I mean, at mile 16, it doesn't matter how I feel. Please hear me. If your job is to go EVP, it doesn't matter how you feel in June. It doesn't matter how you feel in July. It doesn't matter because the goal is EVP. If the goal is partner, it doesn't matter that you don't feel like doing it. I don't think I've met a marathon runner that, at mile 12 said, I just don't feel like doing this no more. The course is bad. It's a bad course. The people that put this thing together, they stupid. Horrible people, horrible course. They don't know what they're doing. I don't think I've ever seen that. But guess what? I've never seen these warriors, these leaders complain about where they are in the process and say, you know what? I think it's time to quit. I just things aren't working for me. They don't do this, right? They fight through that stuff, and they do it. And Jeff sent me a couple of questions, and I'm gonna. These are good questions. He heard about the whole grinding in silence, but then you talk about it. Can you grind in the noise? That's big, because that's what we're all fighting against. That's what we're all battling. Can you fight with the noise? Jeremy said it, and I don't think people caught it. The man, please, if this doesn't give you chills that you need to start thinking about your future and your vision, listen to this about 5 more times. He is planning today for something 6 years away. That's what you and I are fighting against, Kelly. That's what you and I are fighting against, George. We're fighting against people that come here and expect to look good in 6 years, but ain't thinking about it today. That's the battle that we're in, because they can't grind during the noise. They can't fight during the noise. They can't make dials during the noise. They can't make dials when your electricity's getting cut off. They can't. They just can't. And what we're battling is they don't have a vision for their life. And the reason that you can't have a vision for your life is because you yourself are not working hard. You're not giving it all you got. Your family doesn't agree with, oh, my family wants me out of this business, because you're not going after it like these warriors are. Really that simple. But it's also confusing to so many people to try to, here's a funny one. Amy and Brittany, y'all are going to laugh, and Jeremy and Mike, y'all have been here. We've been doing this for so many years. Kelly, you're going to laugh. George, you're going to laugh. How many people 3 months before Thailand are going to try to get in shape? Right? They're going to try. They're going to try 3 months before. I'm like, dude, bro, you've missed the boat. It's too late. This isn't going to work. You should have started like a long time ago. I mean, me and Jeremy got a funny laugh this morning of someone that used to be on our team, and they would starve themselves before the trip. Don't do that. And that's what we're battling against, gang, is people can't have a vision like Jeremy of he's thinking 6 years from now when Brady turns 13, homeboy, he's going to be 51. He was lying. He was going to be 51 in the gym looking jacked. That was his words, not mine. He's already seeing, and guess what? There's not a doubt in any of our minds that he's going to be looking jacked at age 51. Am I right? We're all like, yeah, he's going to go there. He's going to be a good-looking 51-year-old. I promise you that. I know he will be, because he's putting the vision in today. Beautiful bald man. Beautiful bald jacked man. We probably should stop saying that word jacked. I'm going to mess something up. No longer send this out. So that's the battle we're in. And I don't know of another way to battle that than to work hard. And you want to build unity in my team's not all together. Build unity if you're working hard. Show your team where you're going. I need you're without a doubt, they need to know where you're going. Like if I call them and ask them, oh man, he going partner, he going EVP, he going here. They know when you're going to be dialing, when you're going to be doing the boring stuff over and over and over, and when you're making it happen for you and your family. and you grind during the noise. G-Shock, you want to close anything?
Just to kind of, I guess, kind of repeat myself, just very grateful for everything, for this opportunity. Paul, one time we did the TWC in Burlington, North Carolina, you, Phil, and myself. And, just, we were on the treadmills, and, I wasn't working out at the time, but, just like you said, and right now talking about people trying to get in shape for the trips and stuff, but, just, I think when you're out there, if you make a decision that you want to commit to something, want to be loyal to the people that are in the alliance that have been here, they're people you can follow. This is a place.
You were videoing that day. You were a video man that day when we was on the treadmill.
Yeah. I got video. I ran a little bit too.
You did run. I'm sorry.
But
that's the scary thing is we're laughing about that, G-Shock. And Mike and Jeremy or Kelly, if y'all want to chime in, we're laughing about that, but it's reality. It's sad that they wait that long to say, oh crap, if we could just get people to think like Jeremy 6 years out. I mean, that's got to give you chills, right? Right, G?
Oh yeah.
To think that he's already thinking about 6 years out. That's big. Rodriguez, you got anything you want to end with?
Grateful for you and Jeremy for this golden opportunity, man. Thank you for your example. Most importantly, an example of consistency. Y'all are just the perfect example. I wouldn't be consistent if it weren't watching you guys do it. And what you said earlier, like literally blew my mind. That one time Jeremy wasn't consistent, picked me up.
Done.
I wouldn't be here.
Well, thank you for your work ethic, and thank you for not letting Jeremy down.
Thank you.
Kelly Patton. Not Kelly Patton, that sounds stupid. Kelly or Patton.
Consistency. It's not a sexy word. Just like Mike said, it's not. And however, it's what's going to make everything come true. And Paul, you're breaking through that wall and becoming partner here over the next however many weeks. It's happening, and that's so exciting. And that's not by accident. I'm proud of you for being persistent, being consistent, and paving the way. And just like me not showing up for Mike, if you continually show up for me and help me, and I'm grateful for that. And I love you, and I'm going to continue to pay that forward. And I just want to encourage everybody on this call. Just what do you want? Have a clear picture. Have a vision. It may not be 6 years out. It may be 90 days out. Have a pick. You said it, Paul. You said you're right. When we got started, I remember your goal was just get the kids fed. Yeah, I remember. And then I remember you saying, I remember when you thought it was exciting to run 9 miles. I thought you were crazy. I wasn't running at all. I was like, wow, that's a long way. And here's the thing. You tricked me into start running. I never thought I'd start running. I didn't even think twice about it in January, and I ran. I don't know.
Don't laugh, Rodriguez. You're next. Don't laugh.
I ran 10 miles on a trail with you and Tori, and what the heck, And
Kelly, you're next.
It's a decision, and I make all that point is like back then that was a lot for you, and you were consistent in running ever since I knew you, and then you just kept being consistent in doing more. And then that paid off in helping other people. So consistency compounds. Thank you.
It does compound because you need to think about it. As I was thinking about there, all of y'all were here when I was just a little bit above key leader, almost an agency manager. And y'all watch me go part. So, I mean, it is boring consistency. Kelly, you got anything?
Just to echo what everybody else said, the fact that I'm just grateful and fired up to watch you go through this next step. You did. All of us here saw you go from key leader. I remember being so fired up because you're like, we're going to EVP, we're going to EVP. You never failed. You said, next year I'm going to be standing on this stage and I'm going to be EVP. You weren't. But you didn't care because you kept fighting through it. You kept saying next year. And we all worked for that. And then you said, I'm going partner, and you're going partner. And all of us can watch that and manifest that into our own lives. All we have to do is speak it, make sure you're not allowing your words to tear you down, put in the work ethic, and don't.
Amen. Yeah, I remember having to stand on that stage 17, 18, 19, and I didn't have to do it in 20. I wish I would have. I actually hit board member. But I sometimes, Kelly, will be honest with y'all, I was like, man, I got to say it again. I don't want to say it. They're going to think I'm a fraud. I keep getting up on that stage and say, next year I'll be introducing myself as board member. I kept saying that. And I would very confidently grab that microphone and say, next year this time, I'll be introducing myself as board member. 3 years in a row, maybe 4, I had to say that. I hadn't hit board member. So thank you for saying that. And thank you for everybody on this team. Thank you for we wanted to be real. And thank you for letting me be real. There's many times where G-Shock, you've picked me up and at the airport and I've run 4 or 5 different appointments and you let me be tired. You let me tell you I'm tired and I'm exhausted. Kelly, you've picked me up and I'm completely hysterical because I've done 4 or 5 appointments in our 4 or 5 cities in a row. And I'm just drained. Thank you for allowing me to be me. Thank you for allowing me to have faults. Thank you for allowing me to not be perfect. And that's what I think this team is so much about is we know we're not going to be perfect. We know we're going to make mistakes. But if we can continue to point out why we're great through work ethic, I'm telling you, your team will go in places you never thought possible. I promise you it will. Such an honor to be sharing this life with all of you guys. And Dr. Phil, he's serving us right now. He's going to Houston. Everybody here on this call has someone in Houston, and he's going to go take care of them. So he's driving from Austin to Houston. Can't get good cell coverage driving through Bastrop with all them burnt down trees. I don't know what those are, but we've all driven that drive. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I know that he's an incredible man. He's just like Bill or Jeremy said. He drives us to be greater. His work ethic you can't challenge it. Tell me he's not the best speaker. I tell you what, you go after his work ethic. Why don't you do that and quit picking on that, right? You try his work ethic. Give me that. I don't think you can beat it. I don't think many can. But love you guys. Thank y'all for letting me share this moment with my daughter and this wonderful team of warriors that I get to do life with. And I'm not resting. Yes, I'm going to hit partner. I'm going to. But I'm not resting until each of y'all go after it. The moment y'all quit going after it, I'll stop. But if you continue to go after it, I'm going to keep traveling. I'm going to keep going to places. I love getting on airplanes and going places and going to all these different cities. I haven't been to Macau and eaten some good Mexican food. I haven't had sushi in San Antonio in a long time. I'm telling you, man, I'm jonesing to get out there. But I ain't resting till we all, unless you stop. You say, Paul, I can't do partner. Then I'll rest with you. But I don't think any of y'all are going to say that. Love you guys. Go get yours. I'm getting mine. Adios.